Good afternoon and welcome to a rather overcast yet dry day in the South Lakes and the new Audi Q5. So this is the third generation. To think, this came out in 2008 and it still remains their best-selling vehicle ever. And we've got a powertrain you might not expect, TDI. For this one, I think we need to find a really special road. That's coming up. I'm Ben Quirk, welcome to Planetauto. The Q5, a fantastic family SUV, but not just for the family. It'll put a grin on your face as well. 2-litre TDI engine, mild hybrid technology, and 0 to 60 in around 7.2. It doesn't sound that quick on paper, but with that electric motor, you'll even notice the grunt low down. The thing about Q5 is, it's a decent sized SUV, but it still has driving dynamics. It does offer a compelling drive. And to think, we're now on the third generation. The thing is, with this one, it's a brand new platform, PPC, and it's as simple as Premium Platform Combustion. So in a word, it's Q5, but even better. The thing is, this has no problem selling. Consider all the vehicles that Audi have released, and this still remains the best-selling vehicle globally. I mean, that says something, especially when the price tag isn't particularly low. Saying that, these do start at around £49,000. However, the top price tag is closer to 75. For that, you'll get an SQ5 with a 3-litre V6. The thing is, we're going to concentrate on this because it ticks so many boxes. It's practical, it's versatile, it looks cool, and it's full of tech. Also, economy's not too bad either. You can go for the 2-litre TFSI, which is around 200 brake horsepower, or the 2-litre TDI that we've got. Both are mild hybrid, and they're both around 200 brake horsepower. And it wouldn't be an Audi without Quattro. Saying that, all Q5s get Quattro, so you've got all-wheel drive. Also a 7-speed dual clutch and an electric motor. All together, you've got a rather lively SUV that'll quite happily pack the family in. Mountain bikes, luggage, but still put a smile on your face on a B road. Something I always look for. Manufacturers are starting to recognise how important diesel is. It was the big bad enemy, and now it isn't. Now you're thinking, new platform, still resembles Q5, but that's the beauty of it. You've got to have something that still appeals to its existing market, but also attracts new people. And with these new design styles, I think they've got it down pat. It's more sleek, it's more stylish. And depending on which trim you go for, you can get virtually anything. Climate control, to Napa leather, heated rear seats, matrix lights, heads-up display, power tailgate. But that's not surprising. Audi have always offered premium vehicles, and Q5, well, it's very well spec'd to standard. Now ours is a launch edition, meaning yes, it isn't 49,000. This one's closer to 63. The thing is, it's well worth that money. Just take a look at the features. Looks, well, it's certainly changed since the previous gen. Nice to see that the signature grille has returned. It's now higher, and it creates, with these new aerodynamics, an air curtain, so it makes it more efficient. And I'm especially fond of this clamshell bonnet. Just look at the way it wraps round. The slimline daytime running lights running into the LEDs, 15 individual lights which steer the beam. A fantastic adaptive system. The throw is pretty damn good too. Look at the lovely curvature, full of safety, full of tech. A high definition camera and parking sensors. There's cameras and sensors all over this vehicle. Everything from lane keep assist, rear cross traffic alert, adaptive cruise control, and increased co-drag efficiency. An MPG of around 50 miles. Audi say 47. I was getting 43 MPG, and I thought that was quite satisfactory, considering the road I was driving on. Now, last time I had the Q5, I did notice a little hesitance when launching, but with the electric motor, it gets away in double quick time. What's the point of buying a family vehicle if it's not going to make you smile and enjoy driving it? If you like this type of video, why not subscribe to the channel? You just hit the button on the right hand side. It's free and you'll get an alert every time we upload. Thank you. It's agile, it's nimble, vents through and you can see straight into the wheel well, so they actually are effective. No, it's got some beautiful sculpture, but it's not over-egged the pudding either. It just looks well balanced. And also it really stands out in grenadine red. But if this colour's not to your taste, there's about 8 or 9 others. From the side, fantastic proportions. And it's still got that iconic Q5 look. We're sporting 20-inch wheels with Michelin rubber. Yeah, it grips well. And bear in mind you've got Quattro, so you can take this off the beaten path. Interestingly, it's not got the old school off-roady look. You've still got the arches moulded in, but they're not rugged black plastic. Instead, we've got like a two-tone colour. Colour-coded mirrors, colour-coded door handles, and I do love this two-tone stripe down the side. Also, it's like a mild body kit. Aluminium roof rails and a nice strip around the window line. It's tastefully designed, and I do like this. The Quattro is with a lowercase q because it's the all-wheel drive system, not the model of car. Let's take a look inside. So we've got keyless entry. Very nice. The door opens nice and wide, and this is a decent opening. Also, yes, we've got a grab handle at every point, lots of soft touch materials, and interestingly, compared to other VWG vehicles, the lights are now on the door card. Also power folding mirrors and the functions for your memory seats, and both are electric. Very cool. And at 6'3", climbing in, absolutely no problem. Decent sized door pocket and power tailgate. I don't even need to really bend my neck. Bang & Olufsen. Very cool. Talk about a transformation. Just think back to the previous gen. You had a cluster. Now you've got digital stage screen too. Audi have recognised that you can't put everything through a screen. You've got a knob for your volume control. You can also change stations, track, etc. Yes, you'll find haptic buttons, but I suppose the biggest thing is how much it's changed. Even the shaping of the dash, the different materials. Soft touches, but you'll also find harder plastics, but they're of a really good grade. Also the addition of colour. And on the right hand side, as I mentioned, the lights are now there, so there's nothing here except this. Perfect for change. There's one thing that I have noticed. Because you've got your lights here, you have to reach for this bit as opposed to this bit. Otherwise, it's not quite as comfortable. Mind you, I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. I really am. Solid build quality. This ticks boxes that other SUVs don't even get close to. Comfortable seat, lovely and buckety. Also, I can extend this. Footrest on the left-hand side, 2-pedal system, and the shifter. Very straightforward, and more so, very different to the previous gen. Reverse, neutral, drive, and sport. You've got a safety shortcut here, and that brings up distraction warning, warning tones, etc. So you can disable, enable, as you see fit. Also, if I press this, it brings up the camera. You've also got your demisters on this button as well. Electronic parking brake with hill start assist. Everything's solid. Center console, you kind of rock the car before it moves. Fractional creak, but nothing to write home about. Easy to clean vents, and they look smart too. This is a lovely material. It's got some fantastic design language. The way that this curves right round and then plays straight into the door. You're almost cocooned, but not to a point that you think this is too much. It's like the perfect balance. It gives you, I suppose, a connection with the car. Just look at this for a new infotainment system. Mega responsive, nice and straightforward to use, full of functionality. Applications too, Spotify. I'm feeling a little cold.
It'll be more pleasant shortly.
Let me just look at that. So you've got your navigation, your DAB, telephone, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and your driver assist, settings, efficiency, Amazon Alexa. So when you're driving, you'll see the brake pedal come up when it advises you to brake. The system on this is perfect, and that's when it's not in adaptive. But you could turn that on and then it will give you tips on how to economize. Functionality in this is endless. Active front assist, rear turn assist. It's not overzealous. It doesn't scream at you. It'll give you a slight beep or a bong, but beyond that, it's all stuff you're kind of used to. Digital key, meaning I could use my iPhone to unlock and lock the vehicle. To the cluster, very straightforward to read. You've got your range on the left-hand side. Also, you can see your safety in the center, things like adaptive, navigation, media. Also, you can see when you're regenning. I've got paddles on the back of the wheel. So yes, I can shift up and down. And you've got your adaptive cruise here. Very straightforward to use. And you can adjust distance and speed, etc., etc. Add that to the heads up and you've got everything you need. And it means that you can keep your eye on the road rather than the cluster. Always the safer option. So yes, we did touch on we've got haptic sensors, and to be honest, they work rather well. Heated steering wheel on this side, you've got your media, you can also talk to your car, and your telephony. Change your screen on this side, also information, etc. I think in this latest gen, they've even dropped the dash as well, so you've got even more visibility. Centre armrest that's just wide enough for you and your passenger. And if you lift this up, you'll notice it's not the biggest, but it's illuminated. Perfect. Also, you can choose pretty much where you need it. It doesn't slide forwards and backwards, but it doesn't really ruin the experience, so you're all good. Down here, 12 volt, 2 USB-Cs, and you've got your start engine stop button. You can turn off your traction control, no, and drive select, so these are your modes. So you've got balance, dynamic, comfort, efficiency. Dependent on mode, it weightens up the steering, lightens acceleration, etc. Just look at the seats, buckety, comfortable, and if you go for SQ5, you can get Napa leather. If you go for the lower trim, you can even get cloth. 2 cup holders here and a lockable glove box. Decent size, headroom. Yes, you'll notice we haven't got a sunroof. Is that about 2 inches? No, with all the adjustment, you can find the perfect position. Also, we can adjust our steering wheel. If you've noticed, it's electronic. It's in part your memory function too. No, this is a change that's been much needed. And the way they've executed it, 5 stars Audi. I would have liked a little more functionality, but to get a volume control, well, that makes me happy. And I think that's your lot. Let's take a look at the back. I almost forgot. You've got adjustable front seat belts, map reading lights, SOS, and an auto dimming mirror. And also, this is really cool. The kick plate is on an angle, so you don't actually stand on it and muddy it up. That is a clever idea. The thing about Q5 is it's got great proportions, but it's not only that. It's got, well, a likeable shape. Just look at the height of the windows. Look at that sloping roofline, and I don't think it's going to affect headroom in the rear either. Front and rear discs, front vented, keyless entry even on the rear. Could open a little wider, but to be honest, I don't think it's going to affect climbing in. Decent sized door pocket and a padded area. I need to duck my head a little bit, but apart from that, simplicity. And I can get my feet under the seat. And it looks to me like they're illuminated. It may appear a little dark today. Now it would be far lighter, obviously, with the panoramic. But as far as it goes, even with the shades, it's still not too much. Decent light comes in through the windows. Also, the rear window is a decent size too. And you've got these quarter lights behind you as well. It's light and airy enough, let's say that. You've got a transmission tunnel. It's quattro. The thing is, it's not too invasive, and you've got lots of leg room on either side of it. So yeah, if you're in the middle, you are going to be a little, but you get used to it. In the centre, 2 USB-Cs, heated seats, map reading lights, touch activated, and mood lighting. Pull down armrest with cup holders, very nice. And sadly, no ski hatch. The seats, comfortable, quite buckety too, and they look great. No, it's very well appointed. And just look at the headroom. What's that? About 2 inches in the rear? Something you don't really expect. Also, I can recline my seat. So one thing that really stands out to me on an Audi, you've got a recessed area here for your knees. Visibility through the centre, great. The way that these seats curve down means that I can see perfectly, even when someone's sat there. Great view out the side window, and if you've noticed, my eye line is about here. That's something Audi are always spot on with. Now, as a rear passenger experience, it's very good. Perfect for a long haul. It's spacious. We've even got airbags down here. Sound system's banging. And finally, curtain side airbags. Isofix on the front passenger seat, as well as the 2 rear seats. Excellent. Let's take a look at the rear. I like the way when you sat in the seat, your legs are at decent height as well. I don't need to bend them unnecessarily. Now, this is a decent length. Climbing out, child's play once again, even at my height. You can't say that about all SUVs. Oh look, the rains have come. Anyway, let's take a look at the rear. And to arguably the best feature of the Q5, just look at the full width light bar and the white Audi rings. No, it's a very smart looking SUV. The way that the rear haunches flare out, lots of lovely curvature. And just look at that 2-tone rear bumper. No, it's funky. And we can't forget the black Q5 emblem. You could even get rear OLED lights. Very cool. Tech loaded. Camera, sensors, rear cross traffic alert, rear steering avoidance system. And look, a proper twin exhaust. Reminds me of the Mark II. Sporty spoiler and a high level brake light. Okay, let's take a look in the boot. Now this is a really cool feature. You'll see an arrow here, kick your foot like this, and your power tailgate pops. Interestingly, no noise. A first, I think. And if you've noticed, it's providing shelter for me as well. And I can stand under it at my height. Quite rare in SUVs. Very limited boot lip, but a decent sized boot. You quite easily get, 3 or 4 suitcases in there and a couple months worth of shopping. Maybe even 3. Cargo net on the left hand side, dual illuminated, and also a 12 volt. So perfect for a dash cam. Pull out load cover, extra storage. Quite a wealth, to be honest. And yes, a first aid kit, an inflation kit. If you lift up here, you can stow your shelf under here. It's even shaped that way. This removes, so you can then drop your load cover in here, and you've got your inflation kit. Perfect. And then this just pops back in. No space for a spare wheel, but it is good to see the extra storage. Tethering points. We've also got a shopping bag hook and tethering points. To drop the seats, you do this. However, if you think that the vehicle needs to be a little lower, you can just do this. Extremely handy feature when you can raise and lower the rear of the vehicle. To drop the seats, you literally pull down in pretty much one swift movement. I'm glad that Audi haven't electrified these either. They don't really need it. They lock in place, and it means that you have to pull the recline button here to release. It doesn't lay entirely flat, but it's pretty close. Also, it's a decent space. I'd quite easily get my electric mountain bike in here, but I would have to remove both wheels. Also, I've just noticed we've got rear speakers in this pillar. This is excellent. Let's take a look under the bonnet. Oh, quick test of this. Yeah, amazing. And you can just override it if you need to, and then press it again. Simple. To release, just pull here. Okay, to release, the latch is located on the bottom and you just push left. And then, yes, struts. Amazing. And a proper engine. So this is a 2-litre 16-valve TDI, so turbo diesel injection. Nice and easy to see where to top up the fluids, and look at this, talk about substantial dual locking mechanisms for the bonnet. Time to find that road.
According to ChatGPT, please clarify your request for assistance.
Has it got ChatGPT? Wow. Hello Audi, could you set navigation please to Alston Spa?
I'll see what I can find along the route. Aladdin Aromas in Alston.
No.
Would you like to start route guidance?
Why not? Yes please. Let's see how it goes. 30, 40, 50, 60. I think that's a touch quicker than 7.5 seconds. I'd say closer to 7, maybe just under. Whoa, it's proper steering for me. Nice. Considering it's only got 200 brake horsepower, it can shift. Mind you, with that electric motor, it makes all the difference. They handle well, don't they?
Very.
Up to speed. Fill the cluster. Right now.